one? I think it just won. But he made up for it. Yeah. And he made up for it by getting a touchdown. So, they're doing better on our hedges, especially Demarius Thomas. Especially him. I tell you, I'm not going to lie, he made me nervous. To see, coming from how our last season was, and now this season, I was really, really nervous with him. And he's, proved me wrong.
Yeah, he's proving kind of all of us wrong with, as long as he keeps catching the ball. That's all we ask. Just keep catching the ball, DT. You're making a lot of money, $70 million over, I think, 5 years or something. So just catch the ball, and the whole city of Colorado will be proud of you. And you're getting everything you need. You got your mom's out, your grandma's out now, who had life, and who was pardoned. So I know that weighed a lot on his shoulders, but now he could step up and play the game. And then
exactly.
And then E. Sanders is just a fireball. He's just going out there like crazy. So he's gonna show up to every game. So I want to talk a little bit about the running game and a little bit about the blocking first. I'll talk about the blocking before I talk about the running game. So they are growing. The blocking is still unstable. I think I'm not gonna give them high praise yet, because we should be putting up bigger yards rushing the ball. But it's a growing process. So I'm not knocking them. I'm not saying that they're terrible. I'm just saying that they are growing, especially from last year where they were even worse last year. So I think they're getting better as we go along, and we watch them grow. I know we lost a lineman last weekend. What was it, Stevenson or something? Number 71? We lost him to we lost him to an injury, but whoever came in, I'm gonna have to look it up to see who came in and replaced him. But as far as that offensive line goes, and we got to, and like I said, I thought I had talked to you. I said when Mike Shanahan was here, all these guys were big, like 6'5", 6'6", and I met the starting center a couple weeks ago. And me and him were about the same height, and I was kind of shocked, and he was all buffed up. I'm a big guy, but I'm not all buffed up, all muscle, But these guys are kind of little, but they're. I think it's what Kubiak is looking for. They want the faster, strong, quicker guys that can get out in the open field, and they could pull, they could wedge, everything that the Broncos are trying to do to run the ball.
Right.
So when you're looking at that Broncos line block, are you seeing what we used to see in the 90s? Are you seeing just an improving team? Or are you seeing just an average line? Or what do you think?
I'm seeing not a huge improvement, but you can tell that they're improving from last season. I mean, Simeon isn't getting knocked down as much as, Manning was last season. I mean, like you said, they're still learning. This is their second year with a whole bunch of new coaching staff, both offense and defense. So they're still learning. But Simeon, I don't even, looking at the stats, I'm trying to remember, I think he only got sacked once. I'm trying to remember. No, twice. He only got sacked twice. And that's okay. It's not beautiful, but it's an improvement.
Yeah.
And excuse me, every week I'm seeing more and more improvement, especially on the offense. Slowly but surely. I'm pretty sure before we hit our bye week, we're going to be, right where we need to be.
Yeah, so it's. I think you're completely correct, and I think that is, as we go along here, and we stay healthy. That's one of the big concerns or one of the hard things to do is stay healthy when you have a long season. I was trying to push play on that. So, like I said, as long as they stay healthy and they keep getting better as a unit, that offensive line is just going to progress and get better and be more exciting. And
exactly.
In all honesty, the first half was actually a pretty good half. I thought, I like to see close games. That's what I like. Second half, I'll be honest with you, I get kind of bored in those games that the Broncos when the Broncos kind of beat on people.
Now, see, I'm the opposite. I don't like close games because I don't want to have to. How long is the EMTs on standby? I like to see aggressive games like the second half. I like to see that.
Yeah.
Not the nail biters.
Yeah. Yeah, you were talking about the EMTs. I guess I like them guys around because I like to be on the edge watching the game. That's why, even being late, to the game Saturday or Sunday, I had to still kind of hide myself to not look at what everybody was saying about the game and what was going on in the game,
Especially in my group, huh, Ike?
I know. So we're going to get into a quick song, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the running game, and then we're going to finish up and talk about the Broncos as a whole, as a unit this season, and then I want to talk about the power rankings, and then we'll be out of here. So let me get into a real quick song. People Were Strange. I had to play that. I haven't played it in a couple weeks, so I feel like playing it tonight. So I'm going to play that real quick, Brooke. When we come back, we'll knock out the we'll talk about that running game because I really want to get into that because there's they made some changes and a bunch of stuff. So I'll be right back. We'll be right back. KBLP with Ike Diaz, Nikona Miller with Brooke Beagley tonight, the star of the show. Thank you, Brooke Beagley. I'll be right back.
Okay.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. Alright, yeah.
You're back live with KBLP with Ike Diaz and Brooke Beagley. What's going on, Brooke Beagley?
Not much.
We're getting into the end of the podcast. So it's been pretty fun. We're getting a lot of information now. We got we got some good segments in. I want to talk about the running game this week and how you're feeling about CJ Anderson and Booker coming in because we got rid of Hillman and they got rid of Juwan Howard. So it's kind of a change up. Booker looks really good.
Yes.
And then also Capri Bibbs, who had a penalty in the game this weekend, a late hit out of bounds. Did you see that?
Yes, but I'm trying to remember who it was.
Yeah, I don't remember who he hit, but he had a late hit out of bounds.
That's going to drive me nuts. But I agree, the running game looked on point. Booker has improved again. Remember I think it was just the first game that he kind of, fumbled and everything. And, with him being his first year in the NFL, he's improved. He's slowly but surely improving. And you can tell that he's been paying attention to Anderson because he does a lot of spin moves like Anderson does.
Yeah. He's learning. And like C.J. Anderson said this week, he also said that when he came into the league, Noshan Moreno had really sat down and talked to him and taught him how to be a football player. And I had never heard that before. That was the first time I had heard that Noshan Moreno had worked with him, because a lot of times when people come into the league, the person in front of them don't give them any help because they're basically there to take their job. So,
right.
So that you don't see a lot of help there, but in that situation, I was happy to hear that Noshan was giving him some good direction. Saying this is what you need to do to be in the NFL. You know what I mean? So it's fun. It's nice to hear that he was given some direction. So basically the reason I bring that up is because he said he's given Booker information on playing the game to so he could play get more playing time and play, and it's going to be fun to watch Booker play. I think that in the next year or two, I think he'll probably move into that starting role.
Oh yes.
Because he looks really good. He looks, you got bring up Dallas again. I know you get mad, but you got Ezekiel Elliott down there balling out of control, and Booker looks just as good as him. He's just not getting the touches that Ezekiel's getting. And I think if he got more, but you have CJ in front of him, so he's obviously not going to get the touches. But if he was getting the touches, I think you would see a lot more out of Booker, as far as a running back.
Exactly.
The thing that we're looking for is we're used to this offense having a home run hitter, and C.J. Anderson, he runs hard, but he's not a home run hitter, We're used to this offense running with Terrell Davis, Mike Anderson, Ron Dane. Do you remember Clinton Portis?
Yes.
And these offenses, and they were home run hitters. They would take it 50, 60 yards for the touchdown. And we seen it last year, and against New England when he scored the touchdown in overtime to win the game. But you just don't see that home run burst from C.J. Anderson. That's why
not yet.
So and that's why we talked about the line, because I think eventually that line gets better. I think we're going to see a couple home run bursts from him. So hopefully going forward, how do you feel about that?
Well, like you say, we're so used to seeing, basically, the 90s offense of the boys. But once again, this is a new offense of coordinators and coaches, and this is their second year. I believe that, I'll say this also, before, we go in our bye week, we're going to see our offense really shine. They're improving. I believe that Anderson, he'll get his burst of energy or whatever you want to call it, and plow through the defensive line and just go in and score like you said, when he did that with New England in overtime in the regular season last year. I'm excited to see what, the next few weeks, come with Simeon improving, once again, and our offensive line improving as well. I'm just excited to see what our offense and Simeon can do.
Yeah, so it's like we're saying, it's a building process. I just want to see C.J. Anderson get that bulk up.